And when I came in as Razor Ramon, it was huge, it was great.
There's only one man who is oozing machismo.
I'm really happy that my Breaker's Razor came when it did, because I'd already been around several years, different gimmicks, I mean, trying to get over and nothing catching on. And so Razor gave me this character, like, how you doing? Better than you, Chico. So it gave me a lot of freedom, and I enjoyed that.
His genius was in the simplicity of what he did. There was nothing that wasn't done right. His mannerisms, there was no wasted movement.
Devastating, get about it. It's over.
Scott and I hit it off right away. Started hanging out with each other and driving with each other and living on the road with each other. We were all really passionate about this line of work. Me, Kevin, Scott, and Waltman, and then Hunter, and then, you know, you form that friendship, and then all of a sudden people notice that you're always together.
They were poison, and when they were all together, they were like a gang. They were gonna take over.
When you're pretty open and honest about who you are, and this line of work sort of makes you bulletproof.
It's like being in a foxhole. You get your certain group of guys that you know you can survive with. People who feel the same way about something have a tremendous amount of impact. And we're talking, and we both want to be big stars.
This man is a future champion and the star of the 90s.
You didn't really see a whole lot of Latino representation. And so to see, you know, basically what's on your shirt right there, you know, on TV, where this cool bad guy would just walk out and he'd have the toothpick and he's talking and he's just like, I remember watching going, who is this guy and why is he so cool?
Here's Razor Ramon, a guy who I had no idea was not a Latino. Come to find out, years later, his name was Scott Hall, and I was like, what? His name is not Ramon.
Did you buy into it? Did you think that you were watching a Latino superstar?
I thought I was watching, you know, because remember, I'm Mexican and Razor's character was Cuban.
Yeah.
And so there are the differences in the way that we speak, the accents and stuff like that. So there was no reason not to believe it because he was selling it so well.
There were so many times we'd go places and like, especially like if we travel like in Miami or any place like that, and nobody was speaking English to him. I mean, he'd be like, dude, I'm from Baltimore.
I found myself super emotional when I got up there. That's why I was glad that I had chosen to only say a few words anyway, because I could hardly get those out.
In my lifetime, I've learned.
I've been to 17 Hall of Fames, which is crazy to think of, and Scott's Hall of Fame speech is probably my favorite Hall of Fame speech I've ever heard.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
We were in the gorilla position when he was giving the speech, and when he dropped that line, the whole like gorilla position popped.
From our standpoint, we felt like we started out together. And that's just something when you share that in this line of work, it creates a bond that stands the test of time.